JP Torres alternative school principal Eleuterio Mesa is speaking out against GDOE Superintendent John Fernandez. Fernandez is facing sexual harassment allegations from a JP Torres student, but he says Mesa, the student, and a former substitute teacher are just blackmailing him. Here's more. JP Torres alternative school principal Eleuterio Mesa says claims that he, a JP Torres student, and a former substitute teacher are attempting extortion against Guam Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez are false.
The intent is to get the money for the school and nothing else.
Does that rise to the level of extortion?
I don't think that's extortion, simply because it was discussed earlier that that is really what the student wanted. And mind you, the chairwoman kept pounding on the kid. So what is it that you want?
Mesa says several meetings and discussions were held between the student, her parents, himself, former substitute teacher Marcia Palomo, Fernandez, and the board. The mediation meetings were held in an attempt to resolve the issues. The case stems from a text message Fernandez allegedly sent the 18-year-old student back in January, in which he supposedly told her he would give her a free cell phone if she is, quote, a good girl. The student also says Fernandez gave her a butt rub while hugging her during school activities back in March. Mesa, Palomo, and the student first took their complaint to the Guam Education Board and then to the Guam Police. But Fernandez filed his own criminal complaint for attempted extortion because Mesa allegedly demanded a settlement in his Civil Service Commission case based on his own terms. The student asked for $10,000 for private school tuition, and Palomo allegedly asked for a permanent job at GDOE.
First of all, I got nothing to hide. This happened way back in January, and I just didn't have the evidence, so I didn't really pursue. No, sexual harassment is serious, and if you don't have the evidence, then you better be careful, because it will fall back on you. So that's why I did not report it at that time, because I don't have the evidence.
There's still no evidence now, though, as far as the text message is concerned.
Well, I was informed by a top police official that there's no such thing as a deleted message, but you have to go to court to get it. So if the superintendent got nothing to hide, wants to tell the truth.
As far as the student's request for $10,000, Mesa says the amount was increased for negotiation purposes.
It concerns me greatly in the interpretation of blackmailing, extortion, and threats. That amount of money of 10 grand was put out to pay for the school and nothing else. Just like any kind of negotiation, you don't start at 6,000 and get 6,000 unless you're really firm about it.
Despite allegations that Palomo demanded a permanent job with GDOE, Mesa says he submitted evidence to Guam Police to show that such a demand was never made. He says he emailed GEB Chairwoman Lourdes San Nicolas on June 19th to inform her that a permanent position for Palomo was off the table because it is illegal for GEB or the superintendent to offer anyone a job. Mesa says there is an outstanding judgment he's trying to settle with GDOE, but that settlement has nothing to do with the student's case. And he says he's been trying to resolve his own case since 2014.